Hello scientists! In this video I am going to show you how to create a data table on a sheet in a spreadsheet that you can use to collect and organize data from an investigation. You are going to need to create a data table for your Skittles data. I'm not going to show you how to do that specifically. I'm going to show you how to create a data table in general using student test scores as an example, and you can use that information to help you make your table. Now you are looking at a sheet in a spreadsheet right now. And before we get started, I want to give you some basic key information about spreadsheets that you need to be able to use them. First, as you can see, spreadsheets are organized into rows and columns. The rows, which are horizontal, have numbers. The columns, which are vertical, have letters. Where a row and a column meet, you get a little box like this one outlined in blue. That little box is called a cell. Okay, and it has a name or address. The cell address of this one is A1. It's just the column letter and the row number. This is B1, C1, A4, B4, C4, and so on. And you can type whatever you want, numbers, words, letters, into these cells. Sometimes you're typing labels to help you organize or identify data, and sometimes you're actually entering the data in the cell. So we're going to look at some data about, you guessed it, students. And these students have taken 3 tests. Test 1, Test 2, and Test 3. So I've set this up so the information in column A is going to be about students, and then in B, C, and D is about their test scores. And then we need some students. How about Zamar? How about Abdullah? How about Lelia and Peyton and Denver? And we also need some information about the average they got on the 3 tests. Okay? Now this doesn't look much like a data table right now. However, you can use the tools in this toolbar up here to give it a more data table-like form and to make it easy for people who are looking at this to identify where information is. So I'm going to select all of the rows and columns that are currently identified by labels by clicking on cell A2 and then dragging down to cell E7. Okay? Now, if I go up here to my toolbar, there is a borders tool. If I click on that, it shows me different ways I can put borders around cells. I'm going to click on this one, and voila, that looks a lot like a data table. Okay? Now, a good data table has a title. And if I just left it like this, I'd have to cram my title into cell A1, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to use this tool right here, the Merge Cells tool. I'm going to merge all of these cells into one. And then I can type student test score data into my now very large cell. Now I want that in the center. So just like on a Word document, I have an alignment tool. I'm going to go to the center align, and there we go. Okay? Now, let's say I wanted to add some color to this to make it easier for people to identify the information. I'm going to make all of my test score columns one color. So I'll select them again by clicking and dragging. I'm going to go up to my paint can tool, and I'm going to make these a nice red color. And I like that. That's too dark. How about a nice pink color? There we go. My averages, I'll make a different color to separate the scores from the averages visually. I'll make those blue. And then my students, I'm going to make, how about green? There we go. Now I have created a data table. When I am ready to enter data, I can simply type the scores of each student into these boxes, and eventually I'm going to instruct the spreadsheet how to find an average. That is how you create a data table in Google Sheets. I hope this helps.